A successful air-layered Japanese maple tree. Hello viewers, this is Evelyn of Livabuhay. Today I will be showing you my air-layered maple tree. So as you see here, it's actually being done 2 months ago, the month of May. Now it's kind of end of July. So as you see how the roots develop, you can even see at the back, and it's just full of roots. So Japanese maple tree are not very difficult to air layer, and it might take time. If you see, it has already roots after a month, but then the reason why you have to wait a month more, or maybe some couple of weeks, it's because you want it to develop more roots. So when you plant it in a container, you are assured that your maple tree will really grow healthy and strong. So this is the one that I did. It's actually a very big maple tree that I have, and I just took it out. I was not able to show you, but I just used a garden saw to cut it, and now I have it here. And I actually use kind of a plastic container on it. So this one, I will be cutting some of the leaves before I will plant it in a container. So here it is, the air-layered maple tree, Japanese maple tree. And as what I have shown you, the roots develop really very well. And in this way, I actually tried to air layer using recycled material, and it's a plastic. Sometimes when you buy some sauce, some kind of shrimp salad, whatever salad, in small plastic container, you can actually save this plastic container and use it. So it's kind of actually very easy to. So we just have to be careful, and as you see, it really develops a lot of roots. And if you feel it, it's still moist. The reason why sometimes you have an air layered and it turns yellow here, it's because if it gets dried here, if I waited for a month more, then the tree cannot survive. The leaves will turn yellow and brown and looks dead, and it will be useless because all these roots will also dried up. So it's very, when you see that the roots are developed like this, it's very good to harvest them. So now the thing we will do is just to dig up on this container and plant it. When you do rock garden, whatever kind of garden, Japanese maple tree are really very nice. You can actually form them in any way you want. So as you see, I already cut them. So now I will just plant them in. So you see it there, and just put just like that, cover it. And there you go. You have our Japanese maple tree. So I think I have to put some kind of a support here, so that the maple tree will not just fall down. For the meantime, I have to put this one because I don't have yet. I have to look for kind of wood to support. So as of now, I just put it in because I want my maple tree to look like it's kind of, I will show you. So as you see, it will be looking like that and like that. And because my garden is not totally prepared, to be planted, then this is just temporary that I have my maple tree being planted in here. So I have that one, and then I'll show you the other one. Here's the other one, and just do like that, and the roots are there. In this one, I actually just use a plastic, and everything is just a plastic. Whatever plastic you have in your house, in your home, you can actually use it, as long as you can, you know, wrap the air layering soil you use. If you just follow and visit my playlist gardening, you will see all the plants that I air layer. And air layering, it doesn't matter what kind of plant you air layer or market. A fruit tree, any bush, any tree you have, a flower, or any plant you want, you can actually air layer them. And it usually takes like maximum two months, I can say. Some can even take, some very big trees, if you do a very big branch of the tree, it might take like more than 2 months. And there are some trees that they are planted, they will just take like 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, they will already develop roots. So it depends upon. So I have a lot of air layering videos. If you're not my subscriber yet, don't hesitate to subscribe, and just visit my gardening playlist, and there you will see a lot of tips about air layering, anything about gardening, and even grafting. So I actually had been doing this. I did a lot of marketing and air layering. Only this year I started like month of May. The best actually is you can already start by the month of April. It depends upon. But if you are in a country like the Philippines that is warm, in Asian countries, I think air layering can be done in any time, at least, but not when it's very hot. So it's actually a very good thing to do. If you want to collect things, you want to clone plants and have an exact copy of them. So as you see, I just carefully take the plastic out of it, because you don't want the roots to be destroyed, you know. So I just take it out like this. There you go. And like that. So here it is, and then dig a little bit of this and just put them in. I have to put it on the table, you know. So in this one, I actually put it in a smaller container. It doesn't matter, because anyway later on I have to transfer them into my garden. So this is the kind of technique that I use for me to propagate or clone all the plants that I have already in my garden. And every time you watch my gardening videos, don't hesitate to look at the description, because you will really learn a lot from the description. And then don't hesitate to ask me. I would love to answer you. And as far as air layering and marketing is concerned, all I can say is just, if you are passionate of gardening and you want to collect a lot of plants in your garden, you want to reproduce or propagate more of a certain plant, because if you buy them, they are not cheap. If you have a big garden and you want to fill your garden with different kinds of plants, it can really cost you money. and I don't want to be spending a lot. I don't have a lot of money to spend in a big garden. So what I do, I air layer my own plants, I clone my own plants, fruit trees, and in that way you save money, and then I just love doing it. It's my passion to be, working in my garden, doing things, propagating, and cloning or anything that I love. So now I have another Japanese maple tree. So my Japanese maple tree is planted, done. My own air layered Japanese maple tree. So now I have it like that. If you go to the plant boutiques, this one can cost you for like, the cheapest maybe is kind of 500 to 1,000 Swedish crowns, and that is like 100 US dollar. So if you want to plant a lot of them, you have already an existing maple tree, Japanese maple tree, then just clone it, air layer it. So if you wonder if there's a difference in the process of air layering any tree, bush, fruit trees, I will tell you it is totally the same way. It's totally the same way. So all you do, if I can make it, you can 100% make it. Keep on trying and be very careful in every detail that is being taught in the video all about air layering. For you to understand more about air layering, how to do it exactly and right, then go to my gardening playlist. I will put there in my description, I will put a link to my gardening playlist and even to some of my air layering videos, and just watch it and listen carefully to every detail that I say on the procedure of doing it. And in that way, you will never miss, you will never get mistake in doing your air layering process. Again, this is Evelyn of Libabuhay. Thank you for watching, and I hope today I was able to give you an information that might be useful to your daily lives. Thank you, and see you again next time.